Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How are you doing? It's Middle-Aged Gamer Guy here, also known as Mag. Welcome to another Tuesday night gaming chat where we talk about all the latest gaming news and reviews for the last 7 days or so. How is everybody? We are live on Twitch and YouTube. Over on Twitch, Kindred was the first one here. Hello to you, sir. Gozzo was next in. Gozzo, you've just been rewarded 450 Mojo Bytes for a 30 stream streak. Good on you, buddy. Then we got Rock Muse here. Kindred, that is so like me too. Keeping it tab. Phantom, good evening. Diva, lovely. Good evening. How are you? Gilfly, good evening. Over on YouTube, we've got Alexander. Hello. How you doing? Lulu, good to see you. We've got Ricardo on YouTube as well. Hello. Danker on YouTube. Flame over on Twitch and Retro Shazar. Hello to all of you that are watching right now. We've got a jam-packed show for you. Zoidberg, hello, mate. How you doing? Enjoyed your stream of Speedball today. It's so funny. I think I said to you, I hadn't heard anything from Rebellion regarding the game. And 2 hours after it launched, I got sent a copy and a thing from Rebellion saying, here's your copy of the game. I was like, okay, that's fine. Oh, yeah. Hi, Mag. Hi. How's it doing? Lorraine, hello. She says, I've come from the dark side because she's normally watching on TikTok, but we don't do this on TikTok. It's the only stream we don't do on TikTok because it just doesn't work. Lovely to see you, Lorraine. How you doing? Well, I'm glad you're here, Diva. Obviously, I'm not going to go. I know what's happened, so I'm not going to announce that. But yeah, sending love to you and your family. Whoop, whoop. Yes, it is our 250th show. Can you believe it? And can you actually believe it? We've done 250 of these in just over 5 years. And obviously, there's been a man who's been by my side for the majority of these. I think he's only missed that literally handful. I could probably count it on both hands. But he's the one, the only co-host who knows the most. It's the one and only Mr. David Jones.
Good evening, mate. How you doing?
I'm all right. How are you?
Not too bad, thank you. Evening, everyone in chat. Hope you're all doing good.
Here we go. Exclamation Dave's going mad. Oh, you meant from YouTube. Oh, there you go. Having a soak in the tub and a chill. There you go. You watch us while you're having a bath. There you go. Dave, the goat, the man, the legend.
Evening.
Oh, there you go. How you been? What you been playing?
Oh, good. Thank you, mate. I've been sticking with good old Battlefield 6. Still enjoying that. Still fire that up for a few rounds of escalation every now and again because that is just good fun chaos. Absolutely love it. Recommend it to anyone. Carried on a little bit of Space Marine 2 on the weekend. Myself and my friend carried on with the co-op side, the operation missions. Didn't quite enjoy it as much as we did before. Because I think probably our issue this time was we were just playing with an AI as a third character. And we just didn't do that well in either of the missions we tried. We get so far, then it just seemed like we're just getting overwhelmed with enemies. And we just got taken down. Fouled both the attempts that we tried. But it was okay, but I don't know if it's really grabbing me now at this point. I enjoyed the main campaign more than I've enjoyed the co-op operation side. So I don't know if I'm going to carry on with it for too much longer. But then apart from that, I did fire up Disco Elysium again. It's one of those games that, I've got in my collection. I know it's meant to be a really good game, but it's one that I just haven't really put that much time in. Okay. So I fired it up for a few hours on Saturday to get a little bit further in it, refresh my memory on all the mechanics of it because I forgot how most of it works. And now I'm going to get back into it. I'm going to try and stick with it for a bit. I think what I need to do is, play a few of the good games that sit in my backlog and not pick up just any old crap as it comes out. Yeah. Try and be a bit more picky about what I play. Because, I wasted like hours on stuff like Doom the Dark Ages last year, which really wasn't that good. I could have actually left it and played something better. So I think I'm just going to be a bit pickier. So I've only got so much time to play. I don't want to piss it away if I could avoid it.
He's being a connoisseur of gaming. So, I know what you mean. See, I do feel like I've pissed away a lot of weeks because I've got sucked into Fortnite and I've been playing Fortnite. And I've done all the South Park stuff. I know there's some more stuff to come, but I've literally completed that. And then I've done the 100 levels, which I've never done in a lifetime, even though Fortnite's been out for years. I've never bothered to actually do it. And I thought, fuck it, I'm going to have a go. I've done it. So I'm going to go, right, that's done now. So that's another thing off the list. Cool. But funny enough, a game we're talking about tonight has taken a lot of my attention. We played it on stream last week. And I wasn't quite sure how I felt about it, but the more I've played it, the more I've enjoyed it. And I'm like, ooh, this is a good first game for 2026. So it was the first new game that I played in 2026.
Mhm.
So I'll talk about that a little bit later on. But yeah, it's funny how, Kindred says, oh yeah, the game with fuck all instructions. Yeah. But I'll explain my reasoning a little bit later on. I'll explain my reasoning. Let's see what people are saying. Kindred says, I think Space Marine 2 has an endpoint, as the rest of the missions are pretty much the same, to tend to be a slog and a bit repetitive.
Yeah, kind of what I was finding.
Yeah. Lulu says, I'm excited. I've not been to a TNGC in ages. It's lovely to have you here, Lulu. It's lovely to have you here. Hannah is here. Evening, guys. Evening, everyone. Hello, Hannah. Jesse's here. Good evening, Jesse. Good to see you. No, it's fine. I just ran out of time because I had other things that cropped up that needed my immediate attention. So don't worry, I've not forgotten. I'll just get it done either tomorrow or Thursday before I disappear off again, doing numerous events and shows and what have you. 6 weeks, and I'm still in Octopath Travel 0, but should be in the final hours. Finally see the end, because that came to Game Pass, what, start of December-ish? So that's been there going. Anyway, enough about what we've been playing. Let's get some people in who do probably play more games than either than me and Dave put together. Mainly because, one, they have a fantastic magazine, which has been going now. Their 3-year anniversary is coming up in April. And not only that, it will be their third. Actually, I might be the 4th year. I might have got that wrong. You guys can correct me. It only feels like 3 years, but it's probably longer than that now. Also, they have got their 3rd annual awards, Indie Game Awards, coming up later in the year, and their first ever gaming festival. So please welcome Dan and Nick from Debug Magazine. Good evening, guys.
Good late evening. How are you?
Good to see you both. Now, have I got it right? Is it 3 years for the magazine, or is it 4 years?
It's 3 years. It's 3 years in April. That's
3 years in April.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah.
I mean, I get a bit confused sometimes as well, but
because I was like, I think it's 3 years, but as I said, it didn't feel right because I know there's been so many issues, so I started to doubt myself.
You were probably aware of it before it came out as well, though. To be fair, so
that's probably true. Me and Dan had a very good conversation. I remember sitting around eating burnt pizzas in a certain venue at an event.
It was definitely in works for quite a long time before it come into actual
fruition
creation. Yeah, so that makes sense.
Yeah. There you go. Big up Debug. Hashtag big love. If you want any more information, you can do !debug in the Twitch chat. It will take you to the magazine and their website, which we'll show in a bit. We have a bassist, says Rock Muse.
We do. I assume that's because this room's fairly echoey.
No, because of the bass.
Oh.
There you go.
The room is quite bassy too.
It is, yeah. He's got the bass and Nick's got the treble. So there you go.
You got the real mag.
There you go.
That's high praise.
It is. Well, it's a bloody good mag. 250 shows is brilliant. Thank you. It's a bloody good mag. Like, you guys launched it, as you say, coming up to a 3rd year from April. You've done a number of issues. In fact, let's bring up the website so we can, and you guys can talk about it, because there's been a number of issues. And your latest issue is out now, and that is and this is not a joke. This is I Hate This Place, which is I believe that comes out later this week, if my memory serves me correct.
It's very soon. Yes.
Digital is out now. Physicals have gone out. Some people have already started receiving them. So
nice.
The
rest referring to the actual game itself, but yes.
The game. Sorry.
Well, I wanted both because the magazine's out, but the game itself is also out this week, isn't it?
It was. I believe it was supposed to be out at the time that the magazine was out, but it's very hard to get these things aligned perfectly.
No, yeah. I think it's it still will be, because this is going to be your January-February issue, and this is issue number 13. I believe.
Sure.
So that will come out. That game will come out in the right time, because this is your January-February issue.
Yeah.
So unless they suddenly announce it.
Fingers
Evie
crossed.
loves looking at my Debug mags. I'm hoping it will help her get into gaming at a young age. There you go. and she is a very young age. Is
Well,
so that should be good.
We try to avoid unnecessary rudeness within the magazine, so
Yeah, it's a
hopefully
family.
it's approachable for
All age.
younger audiences as well, to a degree.
Yeah, family friendly magazine. So I guess, is there? I think the first question we should ask is, did you think that you were going to be? Because by the time we get round to your 3rd year anniversary, did you ever think it would get this far?
I hoped it would, but I wasn't entirely confident because obviously we are in the current year and it's difficult to do anything like this. I mean, since we've launched, there's been a few magazines that have unfortunately been discontinued. So
Yes,
it's certainly not an easy industry to be in, but
There
it helps
definitely
being
was a
independent.
level. Yeah. There's definitely a level of naysayers. I mean, when we were, giving the original pitch, there was definitely some people probably more in the know than us who were like, "That's a bad idea. Don't do that." And I guess I can see why they say it, because it did definitely take some while to get that traction. I think as well in the indie sector that there's been history of certain projects just not having that longevity. And I think a lot of people, they were kind of waiting for us to have so much behind us before they wanted to like fully engage and say, okay, these guys might be sticking around for the long haul then.
Yeah. And obviously
I think
things have developed massively, because obviously from this, I'm gonna do it in this order. I think this is the best way to do it. From this, you launched your first ever awards. You had the awards in 2024 in February in Nottingham, followed by last year's awards in 2025. And then you've also got, I mean, you can go on the website and you can say, oh, there's Mr. Strife. There he is. Look at him.
Yeah.
Look at him dominating that audience. There you go.
That was a really fun day, actually.
It was. This was all the information about obviously last year's awards. It was an exceptionally good day, because it's not just about the awards. Obviously, you have showcases of new indie games and everything, and you have talks. But this year, you are looking to do something, because you can get your tickets now, by the way, folks. You can click on the link, get your tickets. Because it's something a little different is happening this year, isn't it? Because you are combining the awards with a first event that you're doing, which I'm going to click on here, which is
which has its own tab.
Yes, its own tab. The first ever Debug Games Festival, which is taking place on the 25th of April at the Norfolk Showground over in Norwich. So if anyone doesn't know about this, there are details in my Discord and where you can buy tickets as well. I know Sophie has been dropping links as well for tickets as well, so thank you for that. But should we have a quick look through what you've got, because you've got quite a jam-packed lineup?
Yeah, there's quite a lot to go on there as well, but there's tons which we've shared already.
So obviously
for that excitement.
Yeah. So we've got the lads from Debug Gaming who were on the show last year.
They're doing a quiz.
Daz and Greg, they are doing their wonderful quiz. If everyone's not seen it, it is fantastic.
There might actually be a third member coming as well.
Ooh, that would be interesting.
Maybe even a fourth. Just depends on logistics. But
at
least three.
So they might be flying some of their colleagues over. Not that I might have sport that, but yeah, we know some of their colleagues are based in the US. So
yeah, feel free to spoil away. It's all good. We're amongst friends there, right?
Yeah, if it happens, it happens. So they might be getting some of the team from Debug Gaming from. Obviously, you're combining the Indie Game Awards this year.
Yeah.
So the awards are going to take place.
We've just confirmed. We've just kind of confirmed hosting details and stuff.
Okay.
Just so, I'm super looking forward to that one. It's going to be the biggest one yet by far, because as awesome as the other venue was, we've outgrown it now.
Yeah,
we had more people who wanted to come and see the awards in person than they had seats, right?
Yeah, that's right.
And you, having been there yourself, you know that it was pretty packed.
Yeah,
that last time.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've had to upgrade, but yeah, that's going to be fun.
Now, someone who I absolutely adore and I think is hilarious. You've got the Dark Room.
Yes.
Which is, if no one has ever seen this, you need to see this, because it is the funniest gaming thing ever. Show is the way to. It is a game play but I'm not going to spoil it because it's just insane.
It's a live action interactive comedy.
Yes, and it's so good.
Where the audience becomes the hero, TM.
Or Darren in cases of
in some cases.
In some cases.
No, I will point out that is included in the ticket price. It's not an extra thing. So
is it the normal show or is it the family friendly one? Because I know he's done 2 versions.
It's not the family friendly version.
Then that's probably the best one.
But just to give a little bit of sort of behind the scenes knowledge, that's going to be at the end of the day.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So you can enjoy the whole day with the family, put the kids to bed at 8 o'clock,
and then hear a lot of an Australian swearing profusely, but very funny.
We're basically having a dinner break, so
you
can kind of go off and eat and drink and whatever it is, and then come back and watch the Australian chaos.
There you go. Evening, Ems. How you doing? Gozzo says, unfortunately, he can't make this event, unfortunately, because he's off on his travels. And Rock News says, I'm rather tempted to go to this. It does look very good. Obviously, we've got
maybe
the
next time, Gozzo.
Yeah, Spriters Resource, pixel art sessions. Learn techniques, tips, and tricks from experts who live and breathe sprites and discover how some of your favorite game visuals are brought to life at 1 pixel at a time.
Yeah, that's a really cool one.
Yeah. The wonderful Lucia Lareza, also known as the Nerd Violinist, who we have seen at many events and was most recently performing at the Golden Joystick Awards. We saw her at that. Wait for it.
Yes. No.
Thank you. I knew that was coming.
No.
Paul James, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you for your sub. How are you doing? Thank you for the tier 1 sub. That is now 4 months. Hope you're well, sir. Hope you are well. Greatly appreciated. And then someone that I'm not familiar with, but this sounds really cool. The High Scored covers band saying bringing classic and modern video game soundtracks to the stage. This sounds amazing. So they are a full live band, I guess.
They're a full live, I guess, jazz rock, maybe is the right way of describing their genre.
Okay.
More rocky than jazzy, but they're classically trained musicians, so they've definitely got a jazzy edge to them, shall we say. They're local to us, and they've also worked with the Did You Know Gaming chaps on a few occasions. They're going to be part of their quiz, so we've got a pretty interesting round.
I can imagine what
they're basically going to be. Yeah, they're going to be playing songs, and you have to guess what they are essentially.
Nice. Oh, that's
in addition to that, they're also doing a full performance.
Oh, brilliant! Oh, that's really cool. Oh, I like that.
Yeah. So you can see why we're calling it a festival. It feels more like a music event.
Yeah, because you've got lots of different. Because you've got technically music. You have got seminars and you've got awards and stuff.
Yeah.
But you've got a quiz, and you've got a comedy show. So technically, you're covering all bases. If you want tickets, folks, you can click on the link. There is a link in my Discord right now, but you can get your tickets now through Eventbrite. And it's an all-day event, so it's literally literally 10. Well, it's 13 hours long, isn't it? So
it's a long day. Yeah.
Yeah.
We've tried our best to make it as affordable as possible. If you are a annual subscriber to the magazine, you also get a pretty hefty discount. So some people listening may already be. If they are, check your mailbox, because it's a nice big juicy discount.
Yeah. Get your tickets now! !Debug, or that link that Sophie's just put in there. Thank you, Sophie. That's the teamdebug.com/festival. Get your tickets now. Is there anything else you want to unveil, or do you want to leave it for a little bit later? Because we'll talk about the game stuff a bit later. It's also a festival.
I've got two quick exclusives for you.
Go on then.
One is that we've got a game called Mugenics, which is made by Edward McMillan.
Which comes out in February, doesn't it?
Sorry?
Comes out in February, Mugenics.
Comes out in February, so it will have just come out. He will be there in video form. So he's going to be there for Q&A and whatnot. So if you want to ask Edmund McMillan some questions and get him to say silly things on the big screen, he's going to be there.
Okay, that's cool.
Virtually. He was keen to attend, but he doesn't fly, and I didn't really want to pay for a cruise, so it had to be video. But still, it's very cool because he doesn't really do that sort of thing.
Yeah, no, that's cool.
For those that don't know, he's the creator of Super Meat Boy.
Yes,
and a bunch of other things that if you Google him, you'll go, oh yeah, I know that. The second thing is because it's our 3rd year anniversary, we're doing an extra special issue to celebrate.
Oh, nice. Okay.
In April, because we wouldn't normally have an issue in April. Yeah. We're doing this special issue, and all of IP ticket holders get that for free.
That is really cool.
So it's super, super cool. And our VIP tickets are not much more than the magazine would be anyway. So because I know previous awards, you've had special edition covers for the magazine. This is a complete.
Magazine, right?
Yeah, start to finish.
We're getting a raid in. Hello, Venom. Thank you for the raids. Paul James says, "I have a VIP ticket. The collection continues." Odie, good evening. How are you, lovely? Thank you so much for the raids. Hi, I'm Middle-Aged Gamer Guy, also known as Mag. This is Dave, the co-host who knows the most, and this is Daniel and Nick from Debug Magazine. We are talking about the Debug Gaming Festival, which takes place at the end of April. Lovely to see you. Goffy Saint, hi, welcome on in. Thank you so much. Paul says, I have every issue so far except the mythical issue.
What's the mythical issue? Is that issue 0?
0. That's what it says.
I've got a few of those behind me.
That's probably our test copy that we put out.
See, I don't think I've ever seen that one.
Printed very few.
Stay tuned. There's a lot of people who want to get hold of that one.
Okay. It's
going to be special. I don't know
exact numbers, but I think it was. It definitely wasn't into the triple digits. It was probably more like 20 or 30 of them.
Yeah.
So we've got this new section is where you can submit your pets. You might recognize that cat. I'm not sure.
I think I do, but I don't know why. Is that? Oh! I know whose cat that is. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
A couple of
people who've got an event taking place at the end of February. Who, funnily enough, one of them will be on the show in 2 weeks' time.
Yes, I've heard. Right before the event, and we're also doing some really cool stuff at that event. So
yes, well,
hopefully meet some of you there too.
There you go. Jesse says, "I know that cat." Yes, that cat is called Link. If anyone wants to know, but we won't reveal whose cat it is. You'll have to tune in 2 weeks' time. Then we'll reveal who the cat is. There you go. A nice little teaser for you. Just like, oh, that looks like my Charlie. There you go. Yeah. Hannah says, I know, teasing me with that over the shoulder issue. So I'm 2 issues behind, so I need to order the next 2 issues. I always seem to order them in sets of 2. I'm really weird.
That's probably the good way to do it in a way.
Yeah. But
you save on the postage, right?
Yeah, that's true. I never thought about it like that. I just thought I was just crap at, I always seem to miss issue and then go, oh, right, I'll get the next issue and then order it together. I never actually thought about that. But there you go.
Yeah.
But I will get pictures with Pixie at 1 issue, and I'll get a picture with Mojo at the other issue.
Yeah, so that'd be awesome. We want to try and have one in every issue.
That's
the issue before this we had.
Definitely.
Yeah.
The issue before this we had. I have no idea what breed it was, but it was a very sort of. It was a dog.
It was a dog.
Yes.
It was a dog.
Yeah, maybe I'll get one and we can ask the audience see if they can determine what dog that is.
Yeah, go on, let's do that, and then we'll crack on with the show, and then we'll talk more about the Debug Festival a little bit later on.
I'm just going to run off and get one, even though there's probably one right next to me. But
is that 11 or 12?
12.
There we go. That was easy to find.
There we go. Let's have a look. Oh, now, yeah, what?
Name that Pokemon.
I think that might be Clefairy.
Oh, yay. Hello, Professor Stork. How you doing? Good to see you.
Anyway, it's a dog. It's a dog.
It's a dog. If anyone knows what type of dog that is, please put it in the chat.
Is it a doggy or is it a doggo?
Or
That is the question.
as
I
a
think
smaller dog, so
it's got to be a doggo, isn't it?
mm,
It's a Pikachu. That's a cloud.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's
both
close.
correct.
Oh, dear. Right. Well, we'll be talking about some more Debug Festival and unveiling some of the games that you'll be able to play at the festival, because it is also a gaming festival as well, a little bit later on. But shall we crack on with the show, gents?
Yeah,
Indeed,
let's get
do
to
it.
it.
Okay, let's do this, folks. It is our 250th show. Yes, me and Dave have done 250 shows of this shit. We're going to be talking about new games such as MIO Memories Orbit, 2XKO, and the Cult of the Lamb DLC Wallhaven. We're also going to be discussing the latest gaming news, including the games that were shown at the Xbox Showcase last Thursday. And we've got another gaming chart for you, because this is a new feature that we've added in. Venom, thank you so much for the follow. Greatly appreciate it. And that raid, really appreciate it, because we are going to be covering this week's Steam chart. We did the whole of the UK gaming charts last week, just going to be purely doing the Steam chart. So we'll unveil that for you this week. So kicking off with a game, and I'll turn the chat on, but if it covers up Dan's face too much, I'll turn it off. But if I do, it does. Screw that.
You just have to slide to the side.
If it does that,
there
yeah, you're all right with that, Dan?
Perfect.
Yeah, and I can just be like, here.
Yeah. And
You
there.
can
Jared, I can't
point to
work it out.
anything that you
Yeah,
find
it's there.
particularly interesting.
Thank you. That's very kind of you to do that. So we will crack on with our first game tonight. This was a game that I actually streamed on Thursday. You can get this on Game Pass. This came out Tuesday last week on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, Switch 2, and PC. And this is called MIO Memories in Orbit. For those who didn't see me playing this on Thursday, here's the trailer.
Tangled vines among withering stars. And then there's you again. Will you do it, sapling? Will you give back what you have been gifted?
Many generations ago, a promise was made, but we could not keep our word. And now, they are gone. Soon it will be us.
There you go, folks. That is MIO Memories on Orbit. If you didn't see, I streamed this last Thursday. So the VOD's up on Twitch. You can go check it out. But this was a game that I was like, we did the stream and I was a bit like, I'm not sure if I like this or not, because it does start, as Kindred said, it's the game with no instructions, because you literally start off and it doesn't even tell you what the controls are, let alone anything else. And you have to kind of figure it out. And at first I was a little bit put off by that. But as we went through, I was kind of going, okay, I'm starting to find the flow. And we got to the second boss, and I think we killed the second boss. I've since been playing this since Thursday. I've done about 6 or 7 more bosses since, and opened about 7 or 8 areas. I'm really loving this now, because I now understand how this game wants you to play it. And when you get a game that's like a bit weird at the start, but then starts to make sense as you go along, I like that. So I'm really enjoying this. So I won't say any more, but I'll let Dave say a little bit more about what this game really is.
Yeah, well, it's a Metroidvania. So, I mean, we all know the drill about how those work. But this particular one, you're playing as a little android character, I believe, who awakens aboard a starship. I think it's just called the Vessel. Like, and it's just seems fairly derelict and just overrun with sort of vegetation of the malfunctioning machines. And your character's got to explore the vessel and try and work out what's happened there. You know, gonna have to fight some bosses, get some new powers, and discover what's happened to the ship and how to get it back on track. I think it looks pretty cool. I love the art style to it. It's got a nice sort of, say, almost sort of painterly sort of style to it. It looks that I think that helps make it stand out, because we do see a hell of a lot of Metroidvanias. So these have got to do something to try and stand out. I think the art style for this one definitely helps, because it's out of all the ones I've seen in recent months, it's one that sort of sticks in my mind a bit more.
Yeah.
From what you said, it sounds interesting. You know, it's sometimes quite nice when the game doesn't hold your hand, but sometimes they can be a little bit too obtuse, can't they?
Yeah.
Just leave you a bit adrift trying to figure out what to actually do.
I would have preferred if it started and said, like, you know, this button does this button does this, because it doesn't even tell you, and it's a bit weird. But then also you don't get a map. But then as you progress, you learn how to get a map, and then how that map gets updated. And then you also learn that when you do things like, there's this funny weird thing where it's like all black and white at the start of the game, that you do a lot more of those, and that then teaches you what the controls are and what the special abilities that you get. And I was like, okay, I'm getting this now. But I love this. The music in it is fantastic, and the animation is superb, and I'm really addicted to it. And the boss fights are always quite tricky at first, but again, once you start to figure out how that boss works and its pattern, you can go, okay, so 2 or 3 attempts, you pretty much can then move on to the next one, which then opens a new area. So who would like to tackle this one? Because I'm only going to get one of you to comment on it.
I have a few things I can say about it.
Go for it, Nick. I'll start with you then.
Initially, I just kind of reflect what you said about the kind of start and getting into it. I think that's always an interesting gameplay kind of decision to make. I mean, we obviously cover a lot of games, so quite often we'll get a game where it's kind of open to interpretation straight away.
Yeah.
And, I've had games where I've started playing them and I'm like, oh, this is terrible. I have no idea what I'm doing. And I've been forced to play them for, a full 8-10 hour experience just to be able to give a proper review. And by the end, it's been a boon. Those systems that didn't make sense and were annoying, once I learned how they worked and they added like an extra element of difficulty, I found that lent really well to the gameplay and just made it a better game. So it's one of those things where, like, maybe quickly, maybe you wouldn't really know, but I can see how it could still be a benefit as well. Yeah, I think artistically it looks great. Kind of makes me think of like Ori a bit. The names one are different as well. Maybe that's a tie-in. But also kind of like Little Nightmares, because it looks like everything was quite large scale in comparison to the main character was very small.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, if I had to give it a score, I'm probably looking at about 8.5, I would imagine.
Okay, so Nick's going for an 8.5. Now, anyone who's not seen the show before, and the people that have come in the raid, we technically don't review the games, but we scour the internet, get a ton of gaming reviews and all the scores, and turn it into an average score. You may agree with it, you may not, but if you do guess it correctly, you can guess any score between 0 and 10, and you can have 0.5s. Then you may get it right. And if you do, you will get a shout out in the chats. Professor Stork, no, we haven't discussed that yet. That'll be probably in about 10 minutes or so. I know Lulu said an 8. Says 8, great game, but no instructions, but great art style. Paul James, 8 out of 10. Kindred agrees with Nick, 8.5. Brian saying an 8. Retro Jazar saying a 7. M saying an 8.5. Flame saying a 7. Dan, what do you reckon this has got?
I've seen a couple of the reviews for this. I don't know what the sort of aggregate is, but they tended to lean quite high. Yeah. So I'm going to match Nick and say 8.5.
Okay, going for an 8.5. All right. Milk News saying a 7.5. Dave, what would you say? Because you've not given a score.
No, I'll go for an 8.
Okay, Professor Stork, Dave said 8. So if you want to go with an 8, that's entirely up to you. So chat, get your scores in. As I say, if you guess the score correctly, you will get a shout out on the channel. This is on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, Switch, Switch 2, and PC, and it's on Game Pass. So you can get it on Game Pass, and it came out Tuesday last week. Professor Stork says 8. Guildfly says 8. Hannah says 8.5. If there are no more scores in chat, I can tell you that this got... A couple of people did get this right. 8.5 out of 10. So there you go. So well done to the lads from Debug. Exclamation Debug in the chat. That will take you to a link to get their latest issue. Oh my God, Dave lied to me. I mean,
what can you do?
You just decided to copy him, so that's on
the
you.
decision.
Yeah, and you can also get tickets for the Debug Festival right there. Thank you very much, Sophie.
Yeah.
Congratulations also to the following people. Hannah, well done, you got it right. Ems, well done, you got it right as well. Kindred, you got it right as well. Well done. Gozzo and Danka as well. 8.5s as well from those guys. So well done. Well done to all of you. You will get showers. Can I change my answer? No. There you go. Because you're too late. We've just.
I want to play it now. Looks good.
Yeah, it is, and I will probably continue. This will probably be the first game of 2026 that I will complete. I will play through complete. Mind you, it was the first game of 2026 I played anyway. So there you go. Says a lot. Moving on to our next game. This is a game that did come out PC last year, but now gets its console release. It is free to play as well, and you may recognize some characters if you are a big League of Legends fan. This is out on PS5 and Xbox Series X and S, and this is the fighting game spin-off from League of Legends. This is 2XKO.
Ready. I'll get it back. Don't look away.
Engage.
The sooner we book them, the sooner we get to tea. Excited. Not on my watch. Headshot. Pull away. We need cover.
I've always got time to throw down.
Knockout.
Winding up!
By my hand.
New recruits. Let's put them to the test and see what they know. Let's see. Found it. No wonder you don't have any badges.
Extend. The trash detected. Engage.
My time. What do you got?
No escape.
So there you go. This is, as I said, already out on PC, but now lands on PS5 and Xbox Series X and S as of last Tuesday, and is free to play. This is the League of Legends spin-off 2XKO. I'm going to say this now. I am already considering this for being the opening tournament for Timeless, because we always start with a battle game. We've done Tekken versus Street Fighter. We've done Street Fighter 6. We've done Tekken 8. We've done Super Smash Brothers. I feel that this is going to be quite hype. So this might be the opening thing for the challenge stage.
It makes sense. I mean, it's a new game, but it's also got that IP behind it already. So
it has. I think it could be pretty damn big. I think there's a lot of hype behind it already. I think DreamHack are doing something with it in March as well. I think there's already a big tournament that they're running. So it should be good. Dave, tell us more about this fighter.
Yeah, well, as you've already mentioned, it's free to play and it's set in the League of Legends universe. You know, since that is still, massively popular franchise, this looks like it could take off as well. I think it probably helps as well that you know, you get some fighting games that expect you to learn like shitloads of combos, you know, multiple stick movements, button presses to get special moves to take place. But I think with this one, special moves are just mapped to particular buttons, so it's perhaps a bit more, you know, friendlier for people first coming into it. You haven't got to learn all this stuff and just get in there, start using the specials. So I think it's sort of got, you know, a bit to ease new people in, but then there's a lot of more depth if you're going to stick with it and play it for the long run. And from what I could see of it in the video I looked at earlier, it looks like a pretty good fight. It's a 2v2 tag team, so you can, you know, control both fighters yourself, just tag them in, or you can, you know, have someone else controlling your second character. Then you just keep, you know, swapping the combat between you. So it looks pretty good that it's set up that way. One thing that's quite nice about it, it's set up for cross progression. So since it is free to play, you can just download it on any machine that you own, and you know, just carry on your progress on whichever one you want, which is quite cool. I haven't got to start again. Anything to bear in mind, it's free to play. Yeah, it has got microtransactions and battle pass and stuff in, but I've seen some comments in the chat that it's not too intrusive, which is always nice. Yeah, so it's there if you want it, but you can just ignore it. That's quite cool. But it looks pretty good. I think
it's very clever. I've not seen fighting games kind of use that payment system before. I didn't think it would necessarily work, but clearly it does, and they're the right people to be doing it. So yeah.
Dan, you want to make any comment on this one?
I'm probably literally the only person here that has never played League of Legends.
I haven't.
Okay. I'm probably maybe slightly better to comment on this one.
Go for it then, Nick. Go for it.
Yeah, well, as I say, I've played quite a bit. I think they've done a good job. They've got quite a lot of classic characters as well as the newer characters. I haven't played more recently, but I was definitely playing a lot more like in the last maybe like 4 or 5 years ago. So it's great to see like they've got Blitzcrank in there as a favorite. I don't know for certain, but if they haven't got the boxing glove skin, that's just ridiculous because it would be a perfect fit for this. But yeah, it is. Yes, it is. Yeah. But yeah, it's good fun. I have played some of it already. As I say, it doesn't seem too hardcore. It seems quite easy to jump in with other friends. And as I say, because it's free, it's easy to convince your friends to give it a go, which I think in today's day and age is very important. Because there's, I think every friend group has that guy who tries to hype up stuff, you buy it, and then you end up hating it. So to have that game that you can just go in and have a go at. And yeah, score-wise, I don't know. I'd probably say 8.5 as well. I think the IP maybe drive it up a little bit.
All right.
But yeah, that's probably
is it out or is it like early access type?
No, it's out now.
It's
it's properly out. So it came out on PC and it was like a proper release, but then there was some extra stuff that they've now chucked into it that the community wanted on the console release, but now it's gone out to everything.
Cool.
So
it's so far it's like this was new to me today.
Yeah. This I first heard about this last year because this was supposed to be showcased at a big gaming event, and then it never was at that gaming event.
I feel like it was a bit of a shadow drop because even though I'm very aware of Riot and the stuff that they do, I didn't know about this until it was like basically out. It was quite it was, there's a new game, it's coming out like now. Yeah,
it was kind of just I feel like they've given more of but they've given more press to the console release because of all the other stuff that they've added to it now. It feels like it's like the proper release.
Yeah.
Even though it's been out a while on PC, which is
I think as well, like this is a game that's like it's for consoles really. Like console gamers normally gravitate a lot more towards fighting games.
Yeah.
Like it's not a mouse and keyboard game, is it? At the end of the day,
no, exactly. Yeah.
It's your hardcore fighting fans who's got their pro game controllers and all that.
Okay. Dan, what score are you going to give it?
I'm going to play it safe and say 8.
Okay, going for an 8. Nick's giving it 8.5. I'll just quickly read this. It says, Quickman, hello, by the way, Quickman. I haven't tried it yet. I'm a huge fighting game guy, but like every fighting game in development right now is a tie-in for an IP I'm not into. League, Marvel, Invincible, Avatar, etc. I'll probably watch it at EVO this year. There you go.
Dragon Ball FighterZ. There
you go. See, I first heard of it when it was nominated for the Game Awards. Yeah, it was. Ironically, it was nominated for the Game Awards, wasn't it? So there you go. Dave, what say you for a score?
I'll try an 8.5.
Go for an 8.5. Right. Well, let's see what the chat is. Now's the time to get your scores in chat. If you get it correct, you will get a shout out. Danka going for an 8, Gozzo 8, Rockmuse 9. I just want to make sure because some people have put their scores in comments, so I don't want to miss it out if I have. Brian, 8.5, Professor Stork 7. Lulu said, never been a fan of these types of games, but the art style is pretty cool and the gameplay looks really fun. Looks like a very strategic game as well. I'm going to give this an 8.5. Dave Johnson, good evening, Dave. 7.5. Kindred 8, Guildfly 8. Scrolling down. Drawn. Hello, Drawn. I know you just finished work. Good to see you, buddy. 8. 8 from Quickman as well. Retro Jazar saying 8. Rock News 9, which I think what he said. Flame 8. Hannah 8. Ems 8.5. Good evening, Matt. How are you? A juicy 8. Any more? This is 2XKO, which came out last Tuesday and is free to play. Already available on PC, but this is now the PS5 and the Xbox Series X and S version. And if there are no more guesses, I can tell you that I would take the score with a pinch of salt, but some of you got it right. A 7.5 out of 10. So not as high as I thought either. But I really want to try this now. I like the look at this.
League is considered a very toxic game, so I don't know, maybe that's not worked in their favor.
Possibly. I know they also did something, which I'm not going to bring up, but I will just say they did something to help promote this with the Twitch community, and it went down like a lead balloon, which has probably not gone well. If anyone wants to know that, feel free to DM me because it's not a secret, but I'm not going to go. That's a whole new story in itself because they offered me the same thing, and I was like, nah, you're all right. But I might still stream this game despite all that. But we'll see because I haven't decided my schedule for February. Dave, well done. You got it right. Professor Stork, you got it right. There you go. See, don't listen to the experts and you got it right. So there you go. Who else said 7.5? Did anyone else say 7.5? It might have been only the 2 people.
Yeah, it was mostly 8 to 9.
Rockmuse said 7.5. So well done, Rockmuse. But I think that's it. I think there's just 3 of you. So there you go. Well done, all of you. There go the shout outs. And I'm about to sneeze. Excuse me. Oh, are you?
Bless you.
There you go. Now, let's talk. Rocktech 9. Oh, I must have scrolled up, jumped up then to something else. Sorry, my apologies. It's the chat's jumped. 7.5 was for the last one, I think. Oh, yeah, Rock did say 9. My apologies. It's just jumped. Chat has jumped. So it was just Dave and Professor. There you go. It was just Dave and Professor. There you go. Anyway, bless you. So moving on to some gaming news. Last Thursday at 6 o'clock, Xbox did its 3rd ever developer showcase. And we kind of knew what games were going to be shown, but then they always teased that there might be a hidden game. What was a bit weird with the marketing, though, is that they kept putting 6s in the marketing. So then everyone was like, oh, well, we know what 3 of the games are. So are we going to get another 3 games? No, they only gave you 4 games. The games that we got were the secret game was from the wonderful team at Double Fine called Kiln. This had previously been announced, I believe, a couple of years ago, but this is the first time they're showing it off. This is due sometime out between March and the end of May. It is a 4-player co-op game where you play as Pottery and basically smash the shit out of each other. I have to say, it looks like great fun. I can't wait. That looks really
the point cool. Where you can pick up a link and throw him.
Yeah, there's
your own back.
Things. You can get different powers as well and stuff, and it looks great.
Make a note of this one, Nick. Sounds good.
Yeah, and it's definitely a game that is for like people to play online. So we may consider it as a community night because it's going to be all these games are going to be on Game Pass day one, right? Then we got from Game Freak, the people behind Pokemon, Beast of Reincarnation. This is due out sometime between June and August. I'm going to say I was less hyped for this because it does feel that it's an RPG / Souls-like. And I'll be honest, we're getting tons of those this year and we had tons of them last year. And I'm a bit like, it looks all right. I might give it a go, but I was less hyped for that.
Look better than a lot of their other Pokemon games. It's a shame they can't put the effort they're doing in that into the Pokemon stuff because that just looks so low effort. They're probably
Yeah.
starting
Who
all the
needs
time.
to? They'll keep buying it.
Yeah, I know people love it, they'll buy it, but man, it's low effort shit.
Yeah, it looked amazing.
Looked nice.
But out of the 4, that was my least one. I thought that was my 4th one. I was like, not so first. I think Kiln was my 3rd favourite. And then they opened up the show with a game that we knew already had a release date, which was Forza Horizon 6. Now, all the Forza games have been nothing but exceptional. We've got a release date of the 19th of May for this one. They showed off the game. They showed off the cars. And it looks just fabulous. Again, coming to Game Pass on day 1 and will be coming to PS5 at a later date. So you'll get it on Xbox and PC first and then that. And then the big one, which we'd seen nothing about. We've only seen 2 sets of trailers over the last 6 years. But they unveiled, and I know this is the one that Professor Stork's excited for, Fable. And Fable, I have to say, looked absolutely fantastic. And it's technically a reboot, but it's not a remake. It's something completely new because it's done by the same team that have done the Forza games. But all the little details in it just made it look brilliant. Like the fact that if you, depending on what you do, affects the village and the towns and what people think of you. So people will actually call you a twat, which I thought was hilarious as you walk past.
Yeah.
You do something terrible.
Realistic, though.
If you kill Richard Iodi from the IT crowd, because he's in the game, he becomes a giant. It's not a plot spoiler. He becomes a giant. If you kill him, his dead body stays there, and it devalues the level at like the house prices, which I think is hilarious. But then you can save him, and then people are like, their attitude changes to you because they're like, oh yeah, my hero. And it just looks great. That some of the magic stuff in it. Some people said there's bits of it look like Hogwarts because you can do spells and stuff, and you turn people into chickens. You yeet the chickens and kick them, and then they turn back and they're like, "Oh, you kicked me in the bollocks!" Like it's very typical English humor.
Richard Ayoade is the reason I'm probably going to pick it up.
Yeah, there's a number of people in this, and there's a lot of things, and I think a lot of what people didn't realize is the trailers were done in a way that it was done like a mockumentary. Where it's interviewing them. What people don't realize is that style goes throughout the game. So when they do the cutscenes are done like a documentary. And I've never seen a game do that before. No. So I quite like that. So if you like that sort of style, that's good. So rather than dumping a load of exposition while you're walking to a quest, you're going to get these really cool documentary scenes. This is also due to land sometime between September and the end of November. And it will be on Game Pass. Good night, Sophie. Take care. But it will also be on PS5 day 1, they've stated. So this is quite a big thing. So there's something I want to talk about Forza 6 in a minute. I'm just going to see what the comments are saying, and I'll get your opinions on this. But let's just see. Let's have a look. If they market Kiln to the Fall Guys and Overcooked fans, it should do all right, especially being on Game Pass. Agreed. The Pokemon company's mostly to blame for keeping Game Freak down. Glad to see that out of the Nintendo gallows. Quickman says, I'm not a huge Forza Horizon guy, even though I love most racing games, but being in Japan this time is kind of cool. Maybe there'll be some cool mountain tracks. You better believe it. Lots of people are excited for it. It's part of people's childhoods in terms of Fable. I love Fable. I'm hyped for Fable. Kick the chicken and become a rich twat. I've never played a Fable game. They're probably my type of game too. I think you'd like that. Walking past as everyone makes the wanker gesture at you was brilliant. Yeah, that was just the cutscenes are like from like The Office. Yes. But there you go. So guys, I'll start with Dave. What are you hyped for? And then I'll work across.
I think out of everything that was shown, Forza 6, because I mean, the Forza Horizon games, they haven't done a bad one yet. They keep getting better and better, adding better stuff to them. The next one looks just as good, so I'm looking forward to that one. Fable's looking cool as well. Never played the original ones, but this one is.
No, me neither.
I like the way you can just buy a whole village up and then kick people out.
Yeah,
live in the streets. So that'd be quite fun to do stuff like that, message some of the villagers, see how they react to you. I do like the sound of that like office style documentary the cutscenes. That's cool. So those are my 2 main ones. Not too fussed about the other 2. Kiln, whilst it's nice to see Double Fine get to do something like that, it kind of looks like the sort of thing it'll just kind of like come and go because there's so many other choices in multiplayer. But the one thing I will be interested to see is if they've done something to stop people making like loads of clay dicks. Because you can just imagine people will be doing that straight away. So there's something they're going to put mechanic wise in that will just stop it. Because obviously, yeah, you can build like vases and plates and stuff, and they've got different powers. So yeah, maybe they're just like make it so if you make a clay penis, it just won't have any powers and it will just be useless. That has some deterrent, I'm sure.
Yeah. Who wants to talk? Which ones were you excited for out of the four? Most hyped for?
You first, Nick.
Sure. I mean, Kiln looks. I haven't seen Kiln, but it sounds exciting. But it's definitely Fable. I played a lot of Fable 1, and then obviously the extended version that they came out with afterwards. I played a lot of Fable 2. I played a bit of Fable 3. I'm just. We'll see how it goes because when they tackle something that's got a lot of nostalgia for people, it's easy to make mistakes. The later iterations of the game, they got rid of the gear system, which I really liked. So basically, gear stopped having any stats on it. They started giving you like one single weapon, which would change with your good and evil level. I didn't really like that. It took a lot of like the RPG gearing elements that I enjoyed from the first one. So I'm just wondering how much influence is this game going to have from the later iterations where I feel the first one was definitely the best.
Yeah.
So we'll see, but I'm still very, quietly excited about it, and we'll see what happens.
Okay. Dan, which one was it for you?
Well, so I literally Googled Kiln as you were talking because it sounds right up my street.
Okay, yeah.
It feels like, I mean, this is probably a very niche way of describing it, but during the end of the N64 lifespan, they had a bunch of these games that were like, I wouldn't quite go as far as to say they were shovelware, but they were just really weird concept games.
Yeah.
There was a fighting game called Rakuga Kids that was kind of along this lines. But yeah, that's really, really appealing to me. And then Fable, but not for the games, just because it's like peak millennial humor, basically. I've also just read that, not a spoiler, but Matt King, who plays Super Hands, in Peep Show, he's in it too. So
he is. He was in the second trailer.
Oh, he was. Okay.
So if you look up the second trailer, check that out. He's very good in it, and you're like,
he's honestly one of my favorite characters ever.
I think he's Sir Humphrey. If I've got that right.
Yeah, that sounds right, Humphrey.
Yeah. So no, it looks really good. I am going to bring up one thing though that has soured the taste of some things for some people, but it's not to do with Fable. It's actually to do with Forza Horizon 6 because now that the date's been announced, the prices for the game have been announced, and this is the American prices that we got here. But the game Forza Horizon 6 is going to cost you roughly about $69 in the US. But you can get it free on Game Pass. But if you want to get the special edition or the Ultimate Edition, which gives you 4-day early access, and it unlocks basically the season pass and all the extras that they chuck in, it's $119, right? So you get to play it for 4 days earlier, and you'll get all the stuff that they will add in, including an extra 30 cars over 30 weeks. So you basically get a free car a week, right?
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Fans are not happy because if you've got it on Game Pass Ultimate, you can buy just an upgrade pass to get all that and play it 4 days early. But that's going to cost you $59, which is $10 less than the main game. And it's also $10 more than the upgrade pass that they did for Forza Horizon 5. So people are like, so I can get the game on Game Pass, but then if I spend $59 for the season pass, it's actually not a good deal.
I think this is the problem that comes from Game Pass as a concept. Because how do you deal with special edition versions when the game is free, essentially? Also, perhaps very, very controversially, I think most games are priced actually quite low.
Yeah.
Compared to, I mean, I brought up the N64, but I remember paying 50 quid for N64 games
Yeah.
25 years ago, or probably more than that now, right? Yeah, 25 to 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Pokemon Stadium 2 was like £55, which is probably about 120 quid now.
Yeah.
But I know I'm going to get burnt at the stake for saying that. But
well, see, I'm the sort of person that I love all the Forza games, but I'm not going to buy the special edition, and I will just wait until it comes on Game Pass.
Yeah, I mean, if you've got Game Pass, just play it.
Yeah,
play it there. Don't worry about the special edition. If you're like a hardcore fan, which is the audience for the special edition, you're probably not going to be that fussed. So the people who are complaining, I'm not quite sure who they are.
There you go. Burn down at the stake. Wait, what did he say? Oh, well, burn him anyway, said Tate Johnson. There you go. There you go. Brian says Super Street Fighter 2 on the SNES cost me 80 quid in 1992.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go. So people do moan how pricey games are getting, but they've not really changed that much. I think the quality of some games is not so good.
I've seen some like indie games go for sort of £15-20, and people are saying, what, really? That's so expensive.
That's not expensive. That's cheap.
That's cheap. That's really, and they're really good games too.
Yeah.
I mean, there's just so many games to compare against now, though. It's difficult for people to know where to put their money. So it feels like maybe more in a way risky, even though I'd say it's more risky buying a game for 60 quid without having a clue if you'd like it back in like early 2000s.
Just wait for the sales.
Yeah, and you get it.
Best.
You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
Yeah, all the Sonic games are about £1 now.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is the other thing. You got to look at it. So I'm going to say this. Forza Horizon is obviously coming to PS5 at a later date. Sorry, Forza 6. Forza Horizon 5 was one of the best-selling PS5 games of last year. So,
ironic.
People clearly put their hands in the pocket because they didn't get it free on PS Plus, because you wouldn't get it free on PS Plus. So, it's one of those things.
The approach would have been to have all of those cars separately available and then have like a bundle where you can get all of them but at a discounted price. Yeah.
They sometimes do sales in it, but you're probably never going to get it as good as you forking out for the Super Pass or whatever. But
that's what they do in like fighting games. Is you can buy an individual fighter, or you can buy that season, and you'll get like whatever it happens to be. I think
that might still be an option, but at the moment we haven't got that information, so we'll have to see. But that's the thing. Anyway, so all in all, it's looking pretty good from the 4 games that they've announced. So we will get more details, and hopefully we'll get some release dates for the other 3 games very soon. But let's move on to some more new games. This came out last Wednesday on PC, and this is the game called TR49.
Tell me what you can see.
There's a dial, and it makes the code on the front change.
Oh, that's right. There are codes for everything. There must be a code to wake it up.
The screen lit up, but it's not good. I can't read it. Aren't there any instructions?
This place is made out of vacuum tubes and relays, so no.
Half this entry is corrupted.
I think the machine's trying to protect itself. It contains a mixture of books, journals, letters.
In the beginning was the word.
There are books inside this thing.
It chews them up, swallows them all.
This is the title that goes with this code. I got one.
50 men on the dead man's chest.
I've got my notebook ready.
What kind of palace is this?
The daughter disappeared. There's a face in the glass. Are we even safe down here?
What's going on?
So there is someone else here.
What is this place?
It's like the machine won't let the world stop dreaming.
There you go, folks. That is TR49. Dave, tell us a little bit more about this game.
Yeah, this is a narrative deduction game going in the same vein as things like The Root Trees Are Dead or Return of the Obra Dinn, some people might be familiar with. This is where you're you're searching for clues, and you've got to try and unravel the mystery. This particular one, your character awakens in a room, and there's just this strange machine in front of them. I think it's some sort of World War II era machine. It just contains a lot of obscure information, but you need to try and find some particular information from there. I think it's like a particular sort of book that you're looking for. But all the person who's talking to you knows is like the book title, but you can't search by that. I think the 4-digit codes you're using are like the author's initials and the year of publication. So you've got to basically try and search through this machine, and try and ultimately get the right code to get to this book. So it sounds quite cool. I mean, I've definitely been intrigued by stuff like Return of the Obra Dinn and the Root Tree. Just never got around to playing them, but these sorts of games do sound quite interesting to me. Definitely do seem to make you think. You're going to probably want to get a little notepad next to you to make notes as you're going along, so you can keep track of what you're doing. And I also get the impression it's probably best to like just play the game and not get too distracted by other stuff. Otherwise, you'll come back and forget what you've been doing because it's not going to refresh your memory or anything like that. But yeah, it looks pretty cool. And as Dank just put in, it's not even particularly expensive.
£5.30 currently.
Yeah, or $5.89 normally. If you don't buy it straight away. But if you wait for Steam sales, it'll be even cheaper. And for that sort of price, I think it looks pretty decent. I think the Dev Inkles made quite a few other decent games previously, so they got a good track record. So yeah, it's quite a cool looking game. But not for everybody.
Okay. Who wants to tackle this one out of you guys?
I mean, I don't really know about this one, honestly. The video was not massively clear to me, if I'm being honest. It kind of seemed from the narration over the top. I wasn't sure if that was game narration or that was meant to symbolize two people cooperatively playing. I've seen games like this where one person can see one thing and then another person can see one thing. And
I think it's part of the narrative. It's somebody like outside of this room you're in talking to tell you what you need to find.
That's the impression that I got. It was like a cooperative kind of narrative experience. But no, I don't know. I'm thinking this probably didn't get received massively well. I'm thinking probably maybe a 7.
Okay. All right.
I think it probably did get received well, but it's a difficult one. It's a difficult one for me to weigh in on because it is about as far from my kind of thing as it could possibly be. I think for those that enjoyed this genre, though, it could be.
There wasn't a lot of example of puzzles in there either. So I mean, like I think someone said not a lot of gameplay there. I think
that was your gameplay. Yeah. So there you go.
Yeah.
What do you reckon, Dan?
Looking at the chat, I'll go with 8.
Okay, going with an 8. Dave, what say you?
I was thinking 8 as well.
Going for an 8 as well. Okay, chat, get your scores in. This is TR49, which came out last Wednesday on PC. Let's have a look what people are saying. Danker, 8.5. Dave Johnson, 7.5. Paul James, 8.5. Brian, 8.5. Gozzo, 8.5. Games Guru, 8. Rockmuse, 7. Could be for a limited audience, potentially. The Gouch, hello, mate. How you doing? 6.5. Eurogamers review was pretty glowing. 8. The gameplay wasn't very clear. Guildfly 7.5. Flame 7.5. Kindred 8.5. M's 8. Retro Jazar 8. Any more for any more? This is your last chance. Otherwise, I could tell you that a number of you got this right. But this did get reviewed very well because this got 8.5 out of 10.
Wow. That's surprising.
Yeah.
It's hard to say though, just going off of a trailer.
That's the thing, isn't it? It's you'd have to sit there and watch some gameplay. It's
This is a good example of a game that both me and Nick would look at and say not really our cup of tea.
Yeah.
But in the role that we are, we would have to find somebody who does find this to be their cup of tea.
Yeah.
To weigh in on it because well, reviews are very subjective, right?
Yeah,
and,
exactly.
For us, it would be like, maybe the trailer isn't doing that good of a job, and then it's actually fantastic. Evidently, it got an 8.5, which considered to be pretty much as good as it gets.
Mm-hmm.
Because nothing is perfect.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
But But yeah, it got glowing reviews. So there we go. Kindred, well done. You got it right. Gozzo, you got it right. Brian, UK Zoidberg, you got it right. Paul James, you also got it right. And Danker. So 5 of you there that got that right. Well done. While those shout outs are being done, thank you very much, Dave. Let's move on to our next game. This came out on Thursday on PS5 and also on iOS and Android phones. Let's have a look at this. This is Ark Knights Enfield.
In recent years, the one in the sarcophagus has gradually faded from people's memory, along with those legends. I was hoping that before your memory recovers, you would learn about this world through experience rather than my faint words.
镇呐，给地江号震锅里来了。
青山碧水，从您做起，小心看路哦。
Endmen. See if they've grown and transformed into what you envision.
Sorry, Tata. I didn't mean to upset you.
There you go, folks. That is Ark Knights Enfield, which came out last Thursday on PS5 and mobile phones on iOS and Android. Dave, tell us a little bit more about this one.
Yeah, it's one of those sort of free-to-play gacha games. So if you're familiar with stuff like, say, Genshin Impact or Zenless Zone Zeroes, you got the main game that you can play. It's just another big RPG, but it has got like a gacha system in there. Although some comments I've seen say it's not too aggressive a gacha system compared to the game, so that's always quite nice. And yeah, it's playable on like mobile and PC and PS5 at the moment. This one looks like it's got a sort of interesting mix of things to it. I think the devs originally had a game that this new one is a spin-off from that was a tower defense. And the video that I was watching earlier, like, it had some elements like tower defense into some of the combat, but it was also a bit so you can like build a factories, like automation side to it. Build a factory, make it, build stuff in an efficient manner. You got that sort of thing you can do. I think kind of ultimately in this game, the planet that humanity is on in this one is getting infected with some sort of blight, and it's up to your character to like explore the planet and find out why the blight's occurring and try and fight it back. Looks all right, but I can't say I'm that bothered about these sort of free-to-play gacha games that don't really appeal to me, because they're the sort of games that they just want you to keep playing like every day, keep playing forever. And I like to like play something and move on to something else. So the games that want you to keep going back don't really appeal to me. So I tend to skip these. But there's always been a pretty big audience for these. Genshin and Zenless Zone are both pretty massive, so there's a good chance this one could pop off as well.
Guys, any thoughts from below?
Yeah. So I say it's probably not my kind of game, but in terms of like the mobile audience, I think this is probably hitting all the notes that people were probably looking for. I think the general themes that are being used are very popular amongst mobile gamers. I think it looks to be pushing the hardware probably more than any other mobile game that comes to fore immediately. So I think, yeah, it's very impressive in that regard as well. I think it's probably done good scores. I mean, again, looking at just from what like the mobile audience is typically interested in.
It was done well in China.
Did they say this was set in Enfield? Because it doesn't quite look like Enfield. But no, I think this probably did very, very well with its target audience. I'm probably going to say maybe as high as a 9 on this one. I mean, I've been on the last two, but we'll see.
All right, okay, 9 from Nick. Dan, your thoughts?
I'm definitely not going to go as high as a 9, but it's my own personal biases at play here. I think.
Okay.
It's I don't really do mobile games. The genre isn't my cup of tea. I didn't like the voiceovers or the dialogue, I guess. Yeah, not my thing at all. So I'm going to go with, despite having said all that, I think it's probably done an 8.
Okay, going for an 8 from Dan. Dave, what say you?
I'll try an 8.5.
Okay, 8.5. I also want to say hello to Foxy on YouTube. He says, Dave has been spotted and he's looking hot as ever. Hi, Magsy. Hey, Foxy, long time no see, buddy. Good to see you. Get your scores in now, chat. Loopy Lulu says 8.5. Looks like fun. Brian says safe 7. No idea what would be considered good with one of these games. Paul James, 8 out of 10. Dave Johnson, 8. Gozzo, 8. Flame, 7. Kindred, 8. Any more for any more? This is Ark Knights Enfield, which came out last Thursday on PS5 and is available on iOS and Android phones as well. Rock Muse, 7.5. Ems, 7.5. Retro Jazar, 8.5.
I'm definitely feeling less confident in my guess now.
9, okay. Dank is saying an 8. All right, well, let's see. I can tell you that this did do pretty well, actually, but not as high as a 9. Dan got this right. This got an 8 out of 10. Well done. Well done, Dan. So we get a shout out for Debug, exclamation Debug in chat. Gilfly sneaks in there with an 8. I'll allow that. He got that just before I unveiled it. But well done to the following people. Gilfly, Danker, Kindred, Gozzo, Dave Johnson, Paul James, all of you got it right. So there's plenty of shout outs. I will do the shout outs on YouTube. So I'm basically pinning Danker's messages on there. So if you want to go follow Danker on YouTube, feel free. And I will do that for you, good sir. There we go. You can basically follow him because he is pinned there. But actually, no, can't I just do... I'll do something different while the other shout outs going on. Let me do... That'll work. That'll work for now. That'll work for now. There you go.
I've been meaning to ask this for
a
couple of years, probably, actually. Games Guru. Is that inspired by the Gamesville show that was on Sky One back in the early 2000s? Because there was a character called the Games Guru.
There was a ghost called Games Guru, wasn't there?
Yeah. It may be that Games Guru has not heard of said elusive character because it was a pretty niche show, to be fair. But
yeah, I don't know. Did Games Guru's been given a shout out, and I don't know why, because he didn't put a score from what I can see, unless he did. But so I don't know.
Just a cool guy. That's all it takes. Yeah, it's a cool name.
Cool name. So Dave decided to shout him out.
Not just Games Guru, but Games Guru 1. The first one.
Yeah,
the best one.
I don't even think he's still in chat from what I can see. So I don't know. He's been there and gone. Never mind.
Probably not.
But there you go. Let's move on to our second bit of news, and it's not good news, unfortunately. So 2 weeks ago on this very show, me and Dave were going through 50 games that you might want to play in 2026. And literally 2 weeks after we made that announcement, a game has been cancelled and scrapped. And we are talking about the Prince of Persia remake by Ubisoft. And Ubisoft have not been in a good place for a couple of years now, but this does feel like they're now in the worst possible place that they've ever been, because the game was very close to actually being ready for release, because it was rumored it was going to come out in the next couple of months. There have been people that have said, we were at a presentation for this, we have played this, and they've leaked it out on Twitter and gone, they've scrapped it and it was ready to be released, which is nuts. On top of this, 6 other games have been cancelled, of which we know 3 were new IPs and 1 was a mobile game. And 7 other games have been delayed. One of those games was going to be the Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced, which was due to come out at the end of March. That has now been pushed back to March of 2027. And to top it all off, more layoffs throughout the company. And the company has been completely restructured into just 5 main headquarters. And each headquarter will look after a different style of game. So you're going to get one that looks after its main franchises, Assassin's Creed, Far Cry, etc. One that is looking after its shooters like Rainbow Six and The Division, because obviously they're working on Division 3. You've got one that's looking after its family games, so things like Just Dance, Uno. And then you've got your other 2 divisions that are working on other games. The Rainbow Six mobile game is still due to come out, but that is the next release from Ubisoft. So it's a mobile version of Rainbow Six. So there isn't anything on the sort of landscape of what is actually coming out this year from Ubisoft now, apart from probably Just Dance 2027, because you get that every year, a bit like you get your FIFAs every year. So it's not in a good space whatsoever. And I want to get chat's thoughts and yours thoughts. I'll start with Dave, but yeah, it really looking like it's the worst possible scenario now for Ubisoft.
Yeah, they definitely feel like they're in a bad state. I mean, I think the only bit of them that's got chance like carried on is the Vantage Studios part, where they've moved the big franchises to, because that's got like tons of money from Tencent put in it.
Yeah.
So that one will probably be able to keep going, because people still buy stuff like Assassin's Creed and Far Cry, even though those games feel pretty much creatively dead these days. They've been going on for too long. Just rinse and repeat every year. But we should see what happens to all the other creative houses. Will they get a bit more free reign to sort of do, be a bit more free with how these games are made and what's in them? Because the problem I've had a lot of Ubisoft stuff in recent years is it all kind of feels the same. When stuff like Ghost Recon Breakpoint came out, it felt very much like they tried to shoehorn a lot of the Division, gameplay into it instead of letting it be its own thing. And it felt like they've been doing that with so many games. They're all too much the same. So it'd be nice if they can allow a bit more freedom to make something these games feel a bit more unique. That would be good. And it'd be nice if also by splitting them, they might have removed some of the like barriers that slow down the whole process, because there must be so many people in the way of getting decisions made to get these games put out. It takes so long, because they've had so many games that have been dragging on for years. I still can't believe they're letting Beyond Good and Evil 2 carry on.
I know how that is still
years
going.
in development. I dread to think how much money they've pissed away on that, but we've seen them piss away money on other stuff. 6 years, that Sands of Time remake, and it's gone. What was it? Skull and Bones. Whilst that did come out, they must have wasted loads on that. All the years that was stuck in dev hell. They need, I think, just to try and make these bits of themselves a bit smaller, a bit more agile, take away some of the decision makers that are there, so that they can just get things moving a bit quicker. Otherwise, probably some of these creative houses will just end up going. They'll just have to close more down or sell them off to like other places if people want any of the IPs. Who knows?
Quick thoughts from you, Vince.
I don't want to say too much, but I did speak to someone at Ubisoft April last year, and I was hearing things that didn't sound good. So I'm sure none of this is a shock to them.
Yeah.
But then I guess it's no secret that they've been in trouble for a little while.
Yeah.
By all accounts, Prince of Persia remake was very buggy, perhaps is the right word. Not in a fit state to release. Finished, perhaps.
Yeah, but not good.
I mean, you don't just cancel a release for no reason, right?
Yeah, of course.
And you know, I haven't played it. I don't have any insight, but from what I've heard is that it was in a bad state bugs wise.
And
so maybe they just decided it wasn't worth fixing.
Yeah, and that's bearing in mind this was the second time they set it up, because they scrapped it in 2021, if you remember, and then rebuilt it from the ground up.
Yeah.
So the fact they've had 5 years.
Well, apparently it was being worked on by one person.
Sounds like it, doesn't it?
That doesn't sound good.
No. So, well, we'll see what is going to happen. And obviously, as Danker has mentioned, the share prices are dropping, which is not good. Also, there's rumors that there's going to be more layoffs in February. They even made a statement to say there's another 200 jobs about to go in February. So this whole restructuring is pretty not good, unfortunately.
No.
I think unfortunately, these big companies, though, a lot of them are seeing these small indie companies come out, put amazing games out with small teams, and they're so flexible and able to just kind of change and go with the flow. And these large companies just can't do that. And I think a lot of them are realizing that they need to kind of make those cuts.
Yeah.
And the downside of that is a lot of people are losing their jobs, but without sounding like the bad guy, there's also a lot of jobs that probably don't need to exist currently.
What I will still say real quick, and this applies across the board, during 2020, a lot of investment went into the games industry.
Yes, it did.
Perhaps too much.
Way too much, because we started to see the fallout starting from 2022, and it hasn't stopped since.
No.
So we've had nearly 4 years of fallout from COVID.
Yeah. I mean, we see it firsthand. You know, we follow the development of games, and then they just suddenly don't come out anymore or whatever. It's unfortunately a lot of that going on. But hopefully it will start to stabilize.
Yeah. As we get more news about the Ubisoft situation, we will let you know on this very show. Let's crack on, because we've only got about half an hour. We've got to cram quite a fair bit in, so we're going to speed through this stuff. This next game, this game actually came out last year, and I actually streamed this when it came out. You can now buy this on Switch 2, but there is also the DLC for it. This came out on Thursday for PS5, Xbox Series X and S, Switch 2, and PC. And this is the DLC for Dynasty Warriors Origins. This is Visions of 4 Heroes. Let's have a look at the trailer for this.
My brave warriors, your time has come. Show them the overwhelming might of our forces.
Swarm as you will, wretches remain wretches. I'll show you the gulf in power that cannot be bridged.
If I fail here, I will lose my chance to ask for everyone's forgiveness. Please.
Cut down all in your path and prove our supremacy. Show them what it means to challenge Louis Bou.
Gladly. And I wish for you to do the same. Fight us with everything you have!
Our true purpose in this world is to bring about peace and to guard it thereafter. Let's go. It's time to go see the one we've chosen.
So, as I said, this is the first major DLC for the 2025 game, Dynasty Warriors Origins. But you can also get Dynasty Warriors Origins on Switch 2 now. But we are talking about this brand new DLC. Dave, tell us a little bit more about this, please.
Yes, this isn't really continuing the story of the main game forward. It's doing some what if scenarios. So it's focusing on like 4 historical figures, and it's just what if something different happens in the timeline, and your character gets to follow along that what if trail with the characters in the battles. So it's just giving you more excuses to go into these huge battles and fight against like 1,000 people.
Yeah.
If you enjoyed it in the main game, you'll probably enjoy it in this.
Yeah, I did. I'm going to say I've never really played these Warrior games. I played this. I did enjoy it. It was totally batshit crazy. Wasn't in my top 10 games of the year, but I can see why it got 8 out of 10s when we talked about it on the show a year ago, because it was good fun. Just hacking and slashing at all these people and riding on a horse going, "Go charge!" And it did look great. Like you're charging down an hill, and you got this big army coming towards you, and you got a massive army with you. Look great. So it's just more of the same, really. Any thoughts on this, guys?
No, I haven't got a lot to say about this one, to be fair. I think I played one Dynasty Warriors game, and I think it was in like 2012. And to be honest, it doesn't really look any different, this new one, than that. I'm probably just going to play it safe and say 7.5, but
okay,
I'm sure it's fun.
Yeah.
You know, I've never played a Dynasty Warriors, but I love the voice acting in them.
Yes.
The really over the top, my army will destroy yours.
Yes.
Yeah. And I'm going to give it an 8 just for that.
Okay, going for an 8. So we've got 7.5 from Nick, 8 from Dan. Chat, start getting your scores in. Dave, what say you?
I'll try safe 7.
A safe 7. Okie dokie. Let's see what chat are saying. Brian, 7.5. Rockmuse is saying a 6. Matt, 7.5. Retro Shazar, 7. Any more for any more, folks? Get your scores in. This is Dynasty Warriors Origins DLC, Visions of 4 Heroes, which came out on Thursday for PS5, Xbox Series X and S, Switch 2, and PC. And you can now get the original game on Switch 2 as well, because it released on the same day. M's a 7, Flame a 7. Boo, Dave! Also 7. Kindred says 7. Any more for any more? If not, I can tell you. Didn't see it, says Kindred. Well, it doesn't really matter. I can tell you, if you enjoyed the game, you'll like this as well, because it's got exactly the same score as the main game. It's got an 8 out of 10.
Nice.
I'm doing all right today.
Yeah, Dan's doing all right, man.
I think you've got 3, right?
I've got 3 years of reviews experience now.
There you go. But technically, you've got all of them together. You've only got 1 wrong. But altogether, you've got 4 out of the 5.
There
right?
we go. We're playing
so
on a team, so
Debug,
we get
if you look
2
at it that
chances.
way, you're doing better than our resident expert tonight.
Yeah.
So there you go. So there you go. There is all the information. Go check out Debug. Gozzo, you got that score in a bit too late, mate, I'm afraid. So I can't give you that, even though Dave's giving you a shout out, but that don't count. You were way late on that. And no one else got it right. No one else got it right. I always get it wrong and somehow I end up getting shouted out by accident. I don't know how that happens, but it it's a new thing we do. Just shout out random people if you got it wrong. Moving swiftly on. Another game that's been out for a while on PS5 and PC, but now gets its Xbox Series X and S and Switch 2 version. This came out on Thursday. This is Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade. Let's have a look at the trailer for this.
Well, look who it is.
Sephiroth! And who are you?
He's my bodyguard. Together, we can do this. Sephiroth has to be stopped.
No holding back.
See ya!
Give him a show! We got guests! I'm waiting, Cloud.
There you go. So, already out on PS5 and PC from a couple of years ago, but now makes its way to Switch 2 and Xbox Series X and S. This is the first of the 3 of the Final Fantasy VII remake parts. But this is Intergrade. Dave, tell us a little bit about this one.
Yeah, yes, this is the first part of the expanded remake trilogy that they're still working on. It includes the main game, the first part, and it also includes the Yuffie DLC that came out later on. So you got quite a lot of content there to play through. And this first part of the remake just takes place exclusively in Midgar, which I think was only about like a 5-hour section originally in the game, but they expanded to about the 30-ish hour mark.
Right,
but
okay.
I enjoyed it when I played it. It never felt too padded out to me. Rebirth does.
Yeah.
That's like the middle part, and that was wasn't quite as good, I didn't think. But I really like this first part.
Yeah.
I like the characters, and the story was pretty good in it, and I like the combat as well. They'd done a good mix of real time combat, but then mixed in with like the ability to slow down what's happening and pick the special moves that you want to do. All that felt really good, and I watched some footage of it on the Switch 2 earlier, and it actually looks really good in the Switch 2. Probably better than you'd think it would look.
Yes.
It's pretty much changed like the way the graphics look in all the videos you've seen, and it looks like it runs pretty well as well. So I think anyone who's interested in playing it on the Switch 2, looks like it'll be a good version.
Yeah. Thoughts, gents?
I mean, it's Final Fantasy and it looks good, so it's probably got a good score,
Yeah, that was my thoughts. I know what score it got on PS5 actually from the time, so
okay.
I don't know if that's cheating or not.
No, you think it might be based on that. You can give that a go because it might get that, it might not. You don't know.
Yeah, I guess it's a new system, it's a new review. I mean, it's Final Fantasy as well, and I'm pretty sure it's illegal to give it a bad score. So let's go with a 9.
Okay, going for a 9. Says Dan. Nick, what do you reckon?
I can't possibly also go for a 9 because we need to play as a team to get our shout outs. So I'll go for 8.5.
Okay, so you got all bases covered there. All right, 8.5 and a 9. Dave, what say you?
I'm going to go for an 8.5 as well.
8.5 from Dave. Chat, get your scores in. Rock Music saying a 9. This is interesting. Everyone's kind of wavering. Gozzo, 8.5. Kindred, 8.5. Brian, a reluctant 9. Dave Johnson, 8.5. Retro Shazar, 8.5. I did see your comment. It says, I'm the resident RPG guy here, and I love Final Fantasy more. The game was great, but I worry how the Switch 2 will handle it. Hannah, 8.5. Flame, 8. So that's the lowest one that we've got. Any more, folks? This is Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade, which came out last Thursday on Xbox Series X and S and Switch 2, and obviously you can already get it on PS5 and PC. 8.5 from Guildfly. And if 8.5 from Matt, and I can answer Dave Johnson's question: does it play well on Switch 2? You bet your ass it does, because both the Switch 2 and the Xbox Series X versions got a 9 out of 10.
Oh.
9 out of 10. So there you go. Yeah. So Dan, well done for Debug, for Team Nick and Dan. You got it.
I've never had a 10 on this show.
We have, yeah, but we've only had about 5 in 5 years.
Pretty rare, isn't it?
It's pretty rare. And then we've had some that have got close to a 10, like a 9.5. Yeah, they've been very few.
One of those games where I almost feel like it could have been a 10.
Yeah.
But like you can't ever give anything a 10, right?
Well, there's been some. We've had some. I think we've said this before. Octopath Traveler got a 10 on this. So it's Silk Song, 8.5, and I thought it was worth a 7 because I played it and thought it weren't that good. I played better Metro. I thought game was totally overhyped. I don't even think it didn't even appear in our top 15 games of the year, did it, Dave?
No, I never played it. So
I don't think it even got an honourable mention, which is why I was like,
yeah.
There you go. There you go. Rock News, well done. You got it right. And obviously, Dan, get your tickets now. For the Debug Festival. Also, someone else Brian, UKGN Zoidberg got it right as well. Give him a shout out, please. But well done. Just 2 of you in chat got that right. Also, just to put your mind at rest, Square Enix have stated that yes, it's been a few years since this, and people are like going to buy a Final Fantasy game on the Nintendo Switch. They are committed to bringing Rebirth which obviously, as Dave mentioned, to it as well, along with the third chapter that we haven't had yet. So you will get that. They are going to do it no matter what. They've stated that. So you will get that. So if you're just starting out on the remake, do not worry. Do not go, oh shit, maybe I should only get on PS5. They are committing to all platforms for this.
Yeah.
So there we go. Our next bit of news. I thought this was idiotic. I'm going to say this now. And if I offend anyone, I don't give a shit, because what were you thinking? Because you're clearly not a fan of these games. So apparently, well, in a month's time, let's set the scene. In a month's time, we will be getting our hands on the brand new Resident Evil. I cannot wait for this game. I am so hyped for this. It's in my top 3 games of the year that I'm so excited for. And apparently there has been rumors. It's not EGX news. No, it's not that idiotic. The best thing they've done this year is announce there is no EGX, which is fantastic as far as I'm concerned. So they've basically, fans have stated that because of what the trailers have been showing, that it's giving the game a more open world feel, and this will be the first ever open world Resident Evil.
Not sure about that one.
No, because I was like, well, if you're fans, you would clearly know what a Resident Evil game is and how it works and how the maps work. And luckily, one of the directors has quashed those rumors and said, no, it's not an open world game. You should be knowing what you're getting from Resident Evil. Yes, you've got 2 very different, distinct characters in this game. You have got Grace, which was the character that they first unveiled, which gives more of a vibe of Resident Evil Biohazard. There's a lot more sneaking, puzzle solving, looking around, not much action, running away from horrific monsters. And then obviously they're bringing back Leon from Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 4, which has more of a Resident Evil 4, more action orientated, more shooting, more fighting. You can actually pick up a chainsaw and attack people with it. So you've got 2 very different game styles in this game and how it all comes together. That is what you're getting. And he said, you are not getting an open world game. And I just thought, if you're calling yourself a Resident Evil fan and claiming that you think this means an opening game, you need to absolutely just not be a fan of Resident Evil anymore.
Yeah.
That's my opinion on it. I'm going to say it now, you fucking idiots.
Oh, yeah.
But there you go.
With their open worlds you can go and play if you really want an open world.
Go look at Ubisoft's back catalogue. They need the fucking money.
Oh, definitely. But yeah, I just wouldn't think horror would work in open world, because surely the devs would want to control like the pacing and when the scares are going to come. I know everyone's going to get the jump scare at the same sort of time.
Horror only works in confined spaces.
Yeah, you can't go anywhere you want at any time, and you can't guarantee someone will see, the scary thing.
Yeah.
I don't think it would work that well.
Yeah,
I mean,
maybe they looked at it and decided.
Silent Hill is open-ish, but even then, it's constrained to where they want you to go.
Yeah, which is pretty much what Resident Evil is. Like when you think with Village, you get a map and you can go and explore and unlock stuff. But then once you move to the next section, you can't go back there. You're in this next thing. The Silent Hill 2 remake was the same. You got this map, like you said, you walk around the town, unlock the stuff. But as soon as you move to the hospital or the block of flats or whatever, that was your next thing. So yeah, I don't know why people do that. You want open world scary? Try walking around Liverpool with Mag and drawing unicycle. My wallet was terrified. True. Gozzo said, I'm very happy that Resident Evil Village is now free on Game Pass. It's also free on PS Plus for any PlayStation people. So they deliberately dropped some of the Resident Evil games free to celebrate the opening of that. So you can get Village on PS Plus and Xbox Game Pass right now. We'll swiftly move on because I don't really want any more comments. I've basically said what I thought. And yes, Brian says, don't hold back. Say what you think. I will. Swats.
Always does.
There you go. Always do. I've never shied back from that. Let's move on to our 7th game tonight. A game that was very well received when it came out a few years ago. This also came out on Thursday. This is a brand new DLC for the game on PS4, 5, Xbox Series X, S1, Switch, and PC. This is the new DLC for Cult of the Lamb, and this is Wallhaven. Let's have a look at the trailer now. Get absolutely no gameplay in that, but if you haven't played Cult of the Lamb, as Kindred says, once you played that, you'll realise what you're getting pretty much on all the DLCs because it looks exactly the same. It's just more and more content. Good evening, Chaotic. Lovely to have you here. So, Dave, tell us, what is the content that we're getting for this new DLC?
Yeah, well, this one's set on, I think, like an ancestral mountain where the lambs originally came from. And like some forgotten deity has called your character back to that mountain to try and free it from some rot that's taken over. So you got to go back into various dungeons and find some lost spirits and stuff like that. You'd have to have reached the end game in the main game before this content is available to you. So that's worth bearing in mind if you're looking to buy it. But but once you get into it, usual stuff, say extra campaign stuff, but then there's, I think, more sort of mechanics for in your base, like some survival stuff, ranching and extra structures and stuff to build. So more management stuff is thrown in there as well as just the extra storyline. But yeah, looks pretty cool. I never got around to playing it, but it looked like a pretty decent game and it was pretty popular. So I'm sure people will be interested in this to give them more to do.
Yeah, it's great. I loved it, and the fact that now this is maybe is this the third DLC for this now? I think
I've lost track.
Yeah,
probably.
I've lost track, probably, but I think this is great that this is still going strong and people love this. So, guys, your thoughts on this one? I know you guys probably have played Cult of the Lamb going way back. I know we were at a show together that they were.
They always have a big presence, to be honest, at a lot of these events. Gamescom, they had a giant lamb there as well.
Yes.
So, I mean, obviously, it's a very, very popular, can you say franchise, I guess, with the DLCs. I assume this is done very well. I think in the indie sector, at least, I would say most people know what it is.
Yeah.
It's I mean, I know the original game is one of the few. Oh, I was hiding behind the chat.
No, that's not all right. I'll do that. There you go.
You're out. No, get him out in public.
There you go. He's back in public.
The front.
The first game pretty much got 10 out of 10 everywhere.
Yeah.
I've not actually really looked at what the DLCs have scored. Fun fact: we've never scored a DLC. So
fair enough.
I don't know how
they're going to be compared against the original, obviously.
Yeah, sure. So in that case,
just how well they
almost as well.
Just how well they've done with their merch, like.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, obviously, got little Lammy up there.
Yeah. Very good. Yeah.
I remember seeing them at WASD. If anyone remembers that event.
Yes. Yeah.
Best event ever.
Yes, and now it's gone.
Yeah.
Sad place.
But yeah, they had a tent set up that you could go into.
Yeah, like literally like tables and tables of every kind of merch you can imagine.
Yeah,
even pint glasses. We got some of those, and
that's up the back there, as well.
Yeah. As far as the score, it's got to be almost as big as the main game. Should we go with like a 9, maybe?
I mean, it's hard to say without knowing the scale of it, like how long the playtime is in comparison and stuff like that. But just the fact that I would have gone for 9, but again, do I want to be a bit cheeky and go for something else?
You can if you want. Edge your bets.
I mean, if we want to be smart about it, then you should. But
I like that they're having a board meeting about it. It's fantastic.
I think 9 is probably the way as well. But I'll also go 9. You know, I don't want to be too cheap about it. You know, I'll stick to it.
If you want a different score, you can. But if you want to both go for 9, is that your final answers?
I think 9 is, yeah. I think that's Daniel can change if he wants. So
I'm sticking with it anyway.
So. All right, so a 9 and a 9. Sega Guru, hello, mate.
I definitely told you I was on.
Yeah, he said, "What the fuck? How on earth did I miss the Nicker on here tonight?" There you go.
You probably didn't see Daniel because he was hiding behind some.
Oh yeah, hang on. Let me just put that back for him. There you go.
Yeah, that could be anyone.
I've just been sort of hiding under here. Trying to...
All right, we've got a 9 and a 9. Dave, what are you going to say?
I'll try an 8.5.
8.5. All right, let's see what the chat are saying. And Chaotic said this is the 3rd DLC. Thank you, Chaotic. Gozzo, 8.5. Brian, 8. Chaotic, 8. Ems, 8.5. Rock News, 8. Kindred, 8.5. Dave Johnson, 8.5. Retro Jazar, 8. Flame, 8. Alex, just give us a score. You might. I know you didn't see the trailer, but guess, and if you get it right, we'll give you a shout out because you're on the show in 2 weeks. Any more for any more? This is Cult of the Lamb's new DLC, Warhaven, which came out last Thursday on PS4, 5, Xbox Series XS1, Switch, Switch 2, and PC. Guildfly saying an 8.5. And if there are no more scores, I can tell you, you're going to kick yourself, guys. You really should have split the thing because this got an 8.5. But you were close. You were very close.
I didn't want to get every single one right.
Yeah. Well, you can. You get more shout-outs.
No, it doesn't seem fair.
Yeah, all right,
didn't seem right.
I appreciate your honesty with that, but congratulations.
No, I genuinely thought it'd be a 9 or a 9.5.
Yeah, there you go. Well, 8.5 is still really decent, especially for a DLC.
Definitely.
So there you go. Gillfly, well done. You got it right. Dave Johnson, I'll make sure I shout you out because you shouting yourself out, it's going to be mental. Kindred, well done. Ems, well done. Gozzo, well done. To all of you, we'll do all that. And obviously, Dave, you got one right, mate. Yes, you're back on top. Finally, you're finally there. Well done.
Games Guru's back.
Games Guru's back. Yes. Go, Dan, ask your question to Games Guru.
Is your name Games Guru based on the Games Guru from Gamesville, the TV show that was on Sky One about 25 years ago?
We'll see if he answers.
Or are you just a guru of games?
Is he just a guru of games?
Either way.
I've met him a number of times and he's never told me that secret, so I don't know.
There's only so much alliteration you can use, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, no one's heard of it.
I mean, kind of I had because I'm fucking old, but you know. But there you go. While we're waiting for that answer, and thank you to Dave, let me give Dave a shout out on here while we're doing that. Dave, how would you like your shout out?
You can do some spinning, mate.
Go on. Yeah. You guys have missed this, haven't you? There you go.
I do remember the spinning. I was going to ask when we were going to see some.
Well, you can have it now, Nick. I know you've missed this, dear sir. Pretty sure he's gone again. We think Games Guru's disappeared. He's like an enigma. He's there and then he's not there. Right, here we go.
The Prince of Persia like 30 minutes late.
yeah. Here we go. Also, exclamation Dave in chat. You can give Dave a shout out. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Dave! About time,
very nice.
son. Good man. There you go.
Nice Doppler effect, sir.
It is beautiful. Beautiful. Let's move on to our final game of the night. But certainly not the end of the show. We'll probably go about another 10, 15 minutes just so we know. Don't want to miss anything from these lads. Our final game tonight came out on Friday on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, Switch, and PC. And this is the trailer for Escape from Ever After. Let's have a look at this.
Hi there, and welcome to your new job with Ever After Inc. That's right, your fairy tale is under new management. From bedtime fables to epic adventures, storybooks are an untapped market ripe with valuable resources, cheap labor, and profit to be had. That's why Ever After Inc. is expanding from the real world to transform these timeless tales into commercially viable enterprises. Your job here is simple. You'll have your very own office, of course, and we'll be sending you on dangerous business trips across a vast network of storybook worlds. You'll team up with an exceptional team of cross-departmental fairy tale colleagues. Learn to leverage their unique skills and take part in high-risk negotiations. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? 10 years? 20 years? We're a family here at Ever After Inc. Perform well, climb the corporate ladder, and maybe you'll even get promoted. And we won't stop there. Ever After Inc. is expanding into storybooks of all genres. Our shareholders back in the real world have never been happier. By the way, I hear there's a group of rogue employees that are trying to sabotage the company from within. You wouldn't happen to know anything about that, would you? We'll circle back to that later. You got the job! Welcome to Ever After Inc. You'll love it here! Because at Ever After Inc., we don't just believe in happy endings, we create them!
PlayStation.
There you go. So that is the Escape from Ever After, which came out on Friday for PS5, Xbox Series X and S, Switch, and PC. Some people already familiar with this game. And just as we were about to hit the trailer, Dan was like, I know this game. But before we ask his opinion on it, Dave, tell us a little bit more about it, please.
Yes, I believe in this one. Capitalism's come to like the fairy tale worlds. There's a big company that's trying to exploit them and exploit the characters within them. And you're playing a little storybook hero who's trying to, I think, battle this corporate entity and take them down and save all the fairy tale worlds. Looks pretty nice. I think gameplay wise, it's meant to be a bit like the old Paper Mario RPGs. So it's got that sort of same type of aesthetic to it, graphics wise. Yeah. Graphics look pretty cute, and the turn-based combat plays in a similar way as well. You need to do button presses to dodge some of the attacks, or to power up your attacks. So I think for anyone looking for something Paper Mario like, this is like pretty decent RPG.
Yeah, it looks pretty good. I'll go to Dan because he was the one that said, "Oh, this things." I'll go with him first.
Yeah. I'm familiar with this game. A few people have said it looks like Paper Mario. I completely agree. We've seen a few games that are Paper Mario-esque lately.
Yeah.
I've not played it, but I've seen lots of gameplay. And yeah, it looks really cool, to be honest. My cup of tea.
Yeah,
there's definitely a few games like this stylistically. Calibra is one, but with a different gameplay style. And then if you're looking for something more kind of like Paper Mario, there's also Bug Fables, which is very good. This one definitely stands out. I think it's got a unique premise, obviously going with like fairy tale stories. It's going to be familiar enough that people kind of are going to recognize characters. I think it's going to lend well to the story. I like that it's got the kind of original combat system and original partner system that the old Paper Mario's had, because the newer ones kind of got rid of that partner system. They've added all these kind of gimmicky like spin boards and the paint cards and all of this, and I don't think any of that actually made the game any more fun. I mean, Paper Mario Thousand Year Door is probably one of my favorite games ever. It's probably in my top one. So it probably is literally my favorite game ever. So this game, like, I don't know, we don't normally say, but this will 100% be in the magazine. There is absolutely no doubt about it. Like, I'm very excited for this game. Yeah, I really hope this has got a very good score. But yeah.
All right. Well, what do you guys reckon this might have got?
I mean, I'm going to be very biased and give it a 9, but it's probably going to be an 8.5, I'd imagine. But I'm going to go 9 anyway.
Okay.
I'll go with 8.5 then, just to cover that base. But
all right. Okay.
I think this is done really well. It will have done well on nostalgia as well.
Yeah. Brian from UKGN says 8.5. Loopy Lulu says an 8. Dave, what say you?
I'll try an 8.5.
8.5. So we've got two 8.5s and 9 on the screen. Rock News is saying an 8.5. It can't be a Final Fantasy 7, but I really had fun with it.
It
Flame
can't be, it could
9.
be better.
It could be better. You never know. Ems 8.5, Gozzo 8.5, Kindred 8.5, Retro Jazar 9. Folks, last chance. This is Escape from Ever After. It's our final game of the night, which came out on Friday for PS5, Xbox Series X and S, Switch, and PC. Get your scores in, because I can tell you that it has been a night of quite high scores compared to, say,
yeah, I was going to say that.
Last week was quite mixed because we got some like 3.5s and then we got some 7s and 8s and whatever and some 6s. But consistently, for most of the night, most of the games have been getting this score. And that's exactly what our last game got. It was an 8.5. So there you go. Dave and Dan, well done. So exclamation debug in the chat. Also in the chat, we have got... let's see. Kindred, well done. Gozzo, well done. Ems, well done. Rock Muse, well done. And UKGN Zoidberg, you all got it right. There you go. And also you can click on there and get your tickets for Debug and the Debug Festival right there by clicking that link that has appeared. Dave, you've got your second one right. And guys, you've got like 6 out of 8, which is fantastic. Which is really good score tonight for guests. That's 6 out of 8.
I think I contributed one of those. So I think it was a bit of heavy lifting on Daniel's part there. But between us, we had our bases covered.
It's still a team effort. So you're good. You're good.
Usually I say 8.5 and I'm always wrong.
Yes.
I've just been very lucky.
You've been very lucky. Dave, how would you like your shout out? Second shout out for you tonight.
You can jump up from behind your chair. Let's see if
my knees crack. Surprised that Dank missed out most of the scores tonight. I wonder if he's popped off somewhere. He was on YouTube, Gozzo, but he's not there now, so I don't know what's happened to him. So anyway, hopefully he'll be back. All my knees didn't crack like last week. We had Quang on the show last week, and he heard my knees snap, and it made him laugh. Are you ready, Dave?
Go for it, mate.
3, 2, 1. Dave! That was a bit more like it, wasn't it?
Yeah, you got it well.
It's a bit quicker.
There,
yeah, last week my knees cracked. Quang and Dave laughed, and the chat laughed, and I slowly made my way up from the chair.
I think I'd pass out from the blood rushing to my feet.
His knees, as his knees recovered from a massive crack. I don't know. Don't bump anything else. There you go. So, moving on, we've got 2 more things to do. We apologise the show's running late, but we're going to hammer through this. A new feature that we started in 2026 is gaming charts. So we'll update you on the gaming charts. Last week we talked about the UK sales for consoles and PC games, and obviously Mario Kart World is still was their number 1 this week. This week we are looking at the Steam charts of last week, so I'm going to put them on the screen. Number 10, down 1 place, we have Grand Theft Auto 5. Please note this does not include free games. So this is all paid games on Steam for this chart this week. At number 9, we've got Resident Evil 9 Requiem. So because of the pre-orders, because pre-orders went on sale. So that's now in a new entry at number 9. Number 8, up 1 place, is Rust. A new entry last week, which is now down 4 places at number 7, is Star Rupture. A new entry, or re-entry, I should say, at number 6 is Ark Survival Ascended. Up 1 place at number 5 is Dead by Daylight. Another new entry last week, but is up from number 5 to number 4, is Quarantine Zone. We've seen lots of people playing that, and we talked about that on the show last week. A re-entry at number 3 is EA Sports FC 26. And last week's number 1 was the actual Steam Deck itself has dropped 1 place to number 2, and a previous number 1 has gone back to number 1 slot, which is Ark Raiders, which has gone up 1 place. So that is the Steam charts as of Friday last week. So we will revisit that again next month, see what's changed. But interesting to see that the number 2/number 1 best-selling thing on Steam is the actual Steam Deck itself. So there you go.
Yeah. That seems a bit kind of questionable as a placement.
Yeah, it is a bit interesting. Now, if I was... We will look at the free game thing because the chart is very different when you include the free games. So we might look at that next week, or we might look at that the week after. but there's only a few of the same games that are in there, and a lot of them are very, very different. And some of them have been games that have been knocking around for years. So there you go. We hope you find the new segment useful. We try and give you new charts each week. But there you go. We want to wrap up the show by obviously talking more about the Debug Festival. I'm going to bring up, we said the only thing we've not talked about. Thank you, Jesse. Greatly appreciate that. Oh, yes. Quarantine Zone now added a cat to the game. It doesn't do anything, but you can stroke it. And they added it in since last week. So great
You
updates.
can pet the cat. There you go.
You can pet the cat. That's all you ever wanted from a zombie game. So what we want to talk about now is obviously a little bit more about the Debug Festival. I'm going to bring up the screen. Now, one thing we talked about, the musical guests we got, the comedy guests you've got, the quizzes you've got, and some of the talks that you've got. But the one thing we haven't talked about, which makes a gaming festival, is the games. So let me bring this up, because if I hit this, there is a ton of stuff. I am going to hammer through this, but you've got some brand new games that have not been many shows or quite exclusive to the shows. Hair of the Dog, Nanook, Hex Right, Crisis Island, Dear Edmund, Outlaw, Super Spelling Ducks. I like the sound of that. Sleepy Time Village, because we know we've had the lads from Super Time Village on the show. Ink Strings, Go Forth, and Les Miserables. I like that one. You've also got games, as you said, Debug Legends, and obviously Mugenics that you mentioned, which comes out next month. Myth Wrecked, Ambrosia Island, Paper Trail, which I know was one of your front covers, and also you interviewed the devs at said event that we missed very much, WASD.
BAFTA nominated too.
Yeah, BAFTA nominated games. So those are some really cool games you can try out. Future Classics, Task Time, which I played at a recent gaming show, which I thought was very good. AXYZ, I guess that's Axis, isn't it?
Yeah.
Piece Together. That's out soon as well, I think. And then you've got some more retro games. Urbex Warriors, Flea 2, Rush Rally Reloaded, Intrepid Izzy, and Xenocider, I should say. So you've got
plus about 60
things,
more, which aren't on there yet.
Yeah, which is insane. I was about to ask, how many more games are going to be at the show?
So we've got 128 games.
Wow. I think
which I do believe is the most of any UK event.
I was going to say that. I think that beats any other gaming event easily within the last 3 years, maybe more.
Quite possibly.
I would say.
It was very much our goal to hit that number, because 128 is a cool number.
It is, isn't it?
It's the number of bits in a Sega Dreamcast.
There you go. Paper Trail. I met some of those guys on a night out in Norwich. Proper random.
Yeah, it happens quite often if you go out in Norwich, actually.
They are based around there, so that makes sense.
There you go. Rock Muse's mate played Myth Wrecked. Is that a new DLC for Myth Wrecked then? Is that a new addition?
That's just the full name.
It's the full name of the game. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's in our sort of like Legends section, because it's a game that's won an award.
Yes.
So there's going to be about 12 games in that category.
Yeah, I think was Paper Trail best British game? Was it?
That was Debug Game of the Year 2025.
Okay, yeah.
And then Mugenics is because it was on the cover of issue 7.
That's right. That was one of your previous covers. Yes.
Yeah. There's always a reason behind it.
Best game trailer. That's why it's there.
Yeah. So there's some really cool games. So we're going to get to see more games. Over 128 games promised at the event.
Yeah.
Not only that, folks, if you just joined us, but you've got the high scored band, Lucia Lareza, the nerd violinist, the Spriters Resource, the Dark Room, the Indie Game Awards, and the lads from Did You Know Gaming, amongst many other things.
Oh, many other things that I wish I could talk about, but we've got those marketing beats to hit, right?
Yeah,
I don't know what I am allowed to say, so I'm going to stay quiet.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely. I think you've unveiled enough. We got some.
What I can tell you is that we do have a retro computer cafe of sorts.
Okay,
so you can have a coffee with a BBC Micro.
Nice.
Because why not?
Why not? I mean, you never get that at Starbucks. Can I have a BBC Micro with my coffee? No, you can just have your name on a cup for overpriced coffee. So that sounds like a good deal.
No, I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be a lot of fun. I mean, at the end of the day, we did this because we wanted to do something fun.
Yeah.
And sort of everything else comes along for the ride, essentially.
There you go. Dave says, I need to attend for a coffee and a BBC Micro.
Yes.
I also forgot to mention Ashens is on the bill. I didn't say that. He's not on that thing.
Yeah, we've not really talked about what he's doing, but he is going to be doing something very cool. But obviously, you know, he's got a lot going on.
Yes,
so,
he's a busy man.
We'll be allowed to say what he's doing soon. I think about 6 weeks before.
Okay, that's fine. I won't press him when he's on the show in March because we have got him as a guest on the show.
No, because he won't be able to say. But I know it's something that you'd be excited about.
Oh, good. I know what it is. I bet Dave does know what it is. But there you go. Question is, do they accept cookies?
No, but we will be selling them.
Yeah, there you go. You can have a cookie, and a coffee, and a BBC Micro. They're not selling the BBC Micros, just so you know. They're there for use. So don't be taking them away, people. Don't be taking them away. So if you want, if I can get one more shout out, if you want to get your latest issues of Debug Magazine, !Debug in the chat. Dave Johnson also is going to drop the link for the tickets. Get your tickets now. They are on sale. More things to be announced for the Debug Festival, which is taking place on the 25th of April over in Norwich at the Norfolk Showground. So go check it out. And it is literally a full day event. Is it like 10 a.m. till 11 p.m.?
It's literally 13 hours.
Yeah.
We'll be around the day before and after as well. So if you want to hang out in the city, we'll be around.
Yeah.
And there's a hotel right next door. So
there's the Premier Inn across the road, isn't there?
Very, very affordable Premier Inn. Even I'll be staying there, and I live nearby.
Yeah, that's fair enough. It's like a home from a home. So there you go. There you go. Go check out the links and go check it out now. And I'm sure we'll give you more updates. Obviously, we've got all the information in our Discord as well. There's a link for the tickets in there and all the information what's been announced. We added a new section this year in my Discord, which announces all the gaming events. You can get all the details. As we get updates, we'll add them in. So we'll, as you guys let me know, I'll chuck that in the Discord for you guys as well.
We'll do, yeah.
So that is cool. And that is our show, ladies and gentlemen. I want to say, firstly, a massive thank you to all of you, whether you've watched us once or you've watched all 250 shows. So from Dave and myself, thank you so much for us to actually getting to 250 shows in 5 years, which is insane. Because this was just a crazy idea that I had and dragged Dave in. And he's been here with me ever since. Bless him.
Stuck ever since.
And he can't get out. He is literally locked in my basement. And no, we've done it, and we've had some amazing guests. And thank you so much to every person who watches this live on Twitch or live on YouTube or watches it on catch up on YouTube or Twitch. Thank you so much. We greatly appreciate it. Thank you for not killing Mag before they reach 250 exactly. Congratulations. I reckon I'm on about 220 of the 250 shows. All 250 can be found on YouTube, believe it or not. Rockmew says, I've only seen 3. Actually, this might be 4.
Well, you've got some to catch up on.
Yeah, you got some.
Congratulations. That's a big achievement.
There you go. I came to see the Timeless recap about 3 years ago and forgot to leave. There you go. Rockmew says, I'm a noob. That's good. It's good. It's good. You can be a
very
veteran or a noob.
if you don't have a Spartan helm on for the 300th.
Yeah. We'll do something special for 300. So, 50 more shows. Oh, I don't know if we're going to hit that by the end of the year. We do one a week.
Yeah.
We're not going to quite hit that, are we?
Dip into next year,
Yeah, we're going to dip into next year again. So there we go. So thank you so much to all of you. Thank you to our wonderful guests, Dan and Nick from Debug Magazine and obviously Debug Festival. Thank you again for being back on the show.
Thanks
guys.
for having us.
And it's always a good fun. So appreciate it as well. Thank you very much.
No worries. And we didn't let you down. We got a bit of spinning in to keep you happy, Nick. So we got that. It's all good. You can catch the lads, as I say, at the event. Also, check out on Thursdays, they are on YouTube for all new announcements for everything to do with the Debug Festival. So do check out their updates and announcements on YouTube on Thursdays. Big Jesse says, always a pleasure, gents. Thank you to everyone who followed. Thank you again to Venom for the raid and everyone that did all the subs and the bits. Greatly appreciate it. Also, I have noticed, Jesse's just said, also, I've just noticed that bass. Is Dan performing at Timeless on stage? Announcements to be seen. Jesus.
I might get up with the band.
Yeah.
He got it strictly to match the hairstyle. So
yes.
Except the base came first, so
yeah, base first, hair second.
Exactly.
Lifestyle third.
It spontaneously grows as soon as you buy a base.
yeah. It's what's that like? What is it like? Evan Almighty, suddenly the beard and the hair. Grows, just like that. Oh, right, folks. More TNGC next week. Our guest next week is Lauren, who runs Guildford Game Festival, which will be on the 20th of Feb. So she'll be telling us all what's happening on there. And fingers crossed, she might even have a special deal for some of you who might want to go to Guildford Games Festival. So she is our guest next week. Tomorrow night is kind of a forfeit night because I hit a certain sub goal. Myself and Dave Johnson are playing Halo 2 because everybody knows that I love Halo, and I've got to play Halo 2. But we are going to do
the best one.
Bless you.
Oh, I don't know. I think Halo 3 is the best one, but
the only Halo I like was Halo Infinite, and everyone else fucking hated that one. But we are going to play some co-op with Dave Johnson, and we will do some multiplayer as well. So some of you can join in. It's going to be a half-an-hour stream. And Thursday night will be our second new game of 2026, where I'll be playing on PlayStation 5, the rock climbing game, Cairn. I can't wait for that. I know that's one that me and Dave are very hyped for, and no doubt we'll be talking on this on this show next week. So check those streams out on TikTok and Twitch at 8:30 this week. And all that leaves for me is we need to go and raid someone. If you're watching on YouTube, the stream will just end. On Twitch, we're going to quickly go raid somebody. So we'll try and find someone quick because I know we've overrun. So my apologies to everyone that we have overrun. And oh my God, there's a lot of people on tonight. But let's go for... Do you know what? Let's go for this wonderful human being. She won our cosplay competition at Timeless Gaming Convention, and she won the cosplay competition at the Tomb Raider 29 event, dressed as the PlayStation era.
Oh,
Lara
yes, I know
Croft.
who this is.
This is the wonderful Another Planet she is on, and she is pushing for partner this year because she sent me a message saying congratulations. She's currently dressed up as Eddie from because she does cosplay, Eddie from Stranger Things. So we are going to go raid her. She's playing lots of games. So let's do this. Let's make this happen. That raid's going to happen. There you go. It started, and it will run when the end credits have started. So all that leaves for me to say is, wherever you are in the world, have a good morning, good afternoon, or a good evening, and I shall see you back tomorrow at 8:30 playing some fucking Halo 2. Jesus. All right. Well,
Enjoy.
you know, you guys earned it. You paid for the subs for me to play it, so there you go. Enjoy, everyone.
A way out collab.
Bye-bye.
Good night.
Bye.